Alright y'all, today we're going to do a video on how we make the boys food. So we don't feed the boys just dry dog food. We keep, so we've been feeding them on this diet for about 2 weeks now. We've just noticed an overall change in their attitudes and their energy levels, things like that. So we want to kind of give you guys an idea of what we've been feeding them, what we've been using to go into their foods, and just give you guys some recipes and some ideas as to what we feed them and why we do. We're very big on just making sure that things are natural, things are healthy for them, and of course they're tasty, things that they want to eat. So we're excited to show you this video. Stay tuned. So I am starting with just a large, almost spaghetti-like pot on low. I wanted to go over a couple of the ingredients that we're going to start with. I just have it on low so that way the whole, because it's a big pot, so the whole pot will start to heat up as we prepare everything. And then I'm going to go over what all we're putting into this, and then this amount of food, we'll get into kind of sizing and portions a little bit later, but I'm just letting you know what we're using right now. So currently I have 1 pound of ground beef right here. I've got a 1/4 pound of tripas and 1 pound of calf liver as well. So these are the meats that we're currently using. I've got 2 small sweet potatoes that are just kind of cubed, not really size specific, just about 1 inch a piece, but just kind of small enough so that they'll boil up and get soft, but not so small that they're just going to turn to mush. Like, we still want a little bit of texture within their food. Along with that, I've got just a can of dark red kidney beans. I also have some frozen peas and carrots. That way they don't cook as fast, again, so there's not so much mush in there. Just this container of beef stock we'll probably use. This is 32 ounces. I don't know if we'll use all of it, but we'll use it to kind of, we'll just continue adding it in portions as it gets thicker to kind of get our sizing, or like our consistency correct. And then of course a pound of white rice, just regular long grain white rice. Again, right now it's uncooked, of course we'll add it in later. And then I also have a can of sardines. We wanted to add a little bit of variety to their flavoring this week, so we've got some sardines coming up. So we are starting by adding all of the meats to our pot here, so just kind of getting all the meats cooked in there. With this amount of food, we're expecting it to last us a little less than a week, so about 5 days worth of both dogs eating, and both dogs eating, you know, a fairly healthy amount throughout that time. So we're just getting everything added in here first. Of course, the first things we'll add in are things that take longer to cook, like our meats and our sweet potatoes. So we'll let this kind of cook down for a little bit and start adding in some broth, so it's not burning to the bottom. And then again, this will portion out to make about 4 to 5 days worth of food for the boys. So again, we're staying on low to low medium heat. After about 10 minutes, the meat is all browned and the sweet potatoes are starting to get a little bit soft. Again, we're not trying to mash them up. We still want there to be a little bit of texture in there, but once everything's browned and the meats are cooked, now we're gonna go ahead and add that full bag of rice. So just the entire bag that we had there, and then we're gonna slowly start adding beef broth to give it a little bit of liquid to cook that rice in. It looks like, oh yes, for sure, get the unsalted beef broth. Again, you want the flavor of this. It's a dog's food. It is human grade, but it's a dog's food. So, of course, they want that flavor of the meatiness, the vegetables, all of that. So, our beef broth, it looks like we're adding in about half of it now to let it simmer down in, and then we'll continue to add more to slowly cook it. So right now I've got it on about medium, and we're just gonna let it simmer for a little bit, continuously stirring, just every once in a while, just kind of get it all mixed around. But essentially we just want that rice to start cooking. So we're just gonna leave it simmering for a couple minutes, and we'll be back to check on it. We have this simmering for about 15 minutes covered. Now that the rice is fully cooked and it's started to absorb some of that liquid, we're gonna go ahead and add in our vegetables. So first is gonna be a can of dark red kidney beans. We'll go ahead and pour those in, just 1 full can. And then we're gonna add in our bag of frozen peas and carrots. Again, we got them frozen just so that it would take them a little bit longer to cook down. So like about the same amount of time as the kidney beans are cooking, those will be cooking. And we're just bringing those to temperature. I mean, they're vegetables, so they're of course cooked. And we're gonna go ahead and add 6 essentially scrambled eggs, but we'll add them in here as well. So those will kind of cook into everything as well. And then yes, we are including the shells. So I get some questions about that. The shells are going to stay in here. Dogs can process shells. Eggshells actually are really good for them, and it can help with their coat and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and mix all this stuff in and then cook it down for a couple more minutes, and then we'll show you all finished product. Alright y'all, here's the finished product. I will get a picture uploaded at the end. The boys were a little bit too excited to wait long enough for us to get an image of it. Again, today's recipe was just a new recipe we tried out with the sweet potatoes, kidney beans, and a lot more beef centered than our last last recipe that we did, tonight's dinner, they're already eating on. As always, if you are going to try something like this, you're going to start to make your dog their own food, always contact your own veterinarian and just see what's best for your puppies. This is something that we've talked to our veterinarian consistently about, and this is one of the best options we have for our boys, and we're excited to start this journey with y'all. If you guys have questions, suggestions, or any comments, just leave them down below, and we will get back with y'all.